You guys did a record on Clockwork Orange, where the music of Beethoven plays a major role.
Beethoven for me, I think it's the first heavy metal ever. It's so intense, you know, so heavy, so honest, so beautiful, you know. Even the most soft melody carries such a weight, you know. So in that respect, it was not very difficult, you know, to mix Sepultura with Beethoven because the intention, I think, was the same, you know, heavy intentions. But you know, especially the Ninth Symphony, you know, it's like something, you know, near perfection.
You guys moved back to Brazil, and you recorded there. Mm-hmm. Have things changed there over the years?
We've been living down in Brazil since 2001. Derek's been there with us also. And we've been recording our albums since then, pretty much. It's great because Brazil developed a lot of good technicians, let's say the know-how, you know, the human aspect that we didn't have before. And also the equipment, you know, improved a lot. We have chance to have like the best equipment, the best studios. Every year, you know, it seems that a new studio is showing up, especially in Sao Paulo and Rio. So we mixed the album there. And the guy who works with us, Stanley Soares, which was one of the producers of the album, you know, he follows Sepultura, he knows what Sepultura sounds, so we kind of, it's great to work at home, you know, we don't have to spend like 2 or 3 months, you know, away from home, like, you know, away from everything, recording an album. Of course, you know, when we are in the studio, we're very focused on what we're doing and everything, but it's nice to go back home and, you know, watch football games, stay at home with kids and stuff, and it's more of a normal life, let's say. So it's great to have this quality of life, also with the quality of sound that we need.
But also your home country, how has it developed over the years?
It developed in a very good direction, I'll say. You know, democracy really established in Brazil after the long dictatorship that we had, around 84, 85, when really was opening, you know. And economically also, I mean, we're very strong, you know. All this crisis that's going on right now, it didn't affect Brazil at the first place. Like, of course it will, because the consequence of everything. But, you know, Brazil, it didn't shake too much, you know, over that. And it's growing. I mean, Brazil, there's so many stuff that we have to, you know, to resolve, especially on education. Not every children are on school and stuff, and I mean familiar planning, you know, which comes with education and information. So there's a lot to do, but we are in a much better place than, let's say, 15 or 20 years ago. That's for sure.
So there is a progress.
Definitely,
yeah.
Definitely.
A word to Brazilian music scene. I've heard you're quite busy doing funny projects aside.
Well, I play with everybody, you know. In Brazil, there's so many different musicians and tendencies and styles of music. From north to south, you have so many options. And I love to play blues also. I play with blues with many different blues groups from Brazil. I have like a cover bands that play Led Zeppelin, Sabbath, Cream, you know. And I also invite people, musicians from whatever style, to join me and play those songs, you know, like Caetano Veloso or Gilberto Gil, which was one of, you know, our ministers of culture, you know. They came to enjoy and play this style of music, you know, which is great, you know. Music's a great connector of people, you know, independently of politics or religion. You know, we've been in Indonesia, in Israel, in Emirates, you know, in Cuba, in Sarajevo. It's like, so, you know, we've been everywhere, you know, and music really opens the doors for that. So I really enjoy doing that and playing with different musicians. I have many projects, yeah, maybe too many, but...
You did as Sepultura a Bossa Nova song, is that right?
Yes. Yeah, there was like an ad from Volkswagen to sell a car in Brazil. So they approach us and they wanted to show something different with nobody have ever seen in a car. I don't know what, but that was the intention. So they linked, you know, to put Sepultura doing something totally unexpected.
O coquinho caiu na areia da praia. Dia levou pra dentro do mar. Coquinha vai, coquinha.
O Sepultura, sim, você nunca viu.
And last year we were celebrating 50 years of Bossa Nova, you know, so, and Bossa Nova and Sepultura are the main Brazilian international acts, you know, outside, you know, so it was cool to put both together.
Sepultura has played places very few other bands did.
Yeah.
You're kind of an ambassador for rock or for metal.
Tell us
about some real experiences there. I mean, playing Cuba, for example.
To play in Cuba was amazing. I mean, we went there without receiving anything, you know. Our intention was really to go there and make the first connection, you know, really the communication. The Cuban Agents Rock Company, whatever they call it, was only created a year ago, you know, so they invited us to be there. Of course, the technical limitations, and it was very difficult to put everything together. But at the end, you know, 70,000, 80,000 people showed up.
And it worked.
Yeah, it was amazing, you know. We took some equipment there and we left there, you know, for their structure. Many local bands that we met, they were great musicians. I mean, Cuba is a very musical country, you know, everybody knows about musical, how to play at least one instrument, you know, so they're very cult people besides all the information, you know, management that they have there with the, you know, dictatorship and stuff, but they're very cultural speaking, you know, they can talk about anything, you know, so it was really amazing to be the first metal show in Cuban history. Like in Dubai, for instance, you know, I met so many different people from Libya and Lebanon and Syria, all that region, you know, that follows our music since day one, you know. You never expect that, you know, because of the religion, you know, you don't have this idea that music really goes everywhere, you know, so it's great to feel that, you know. Anywhere in the world you'll find a metalhead, that's for sure.
You brought so many different sounds to heavy metal. What's your favorite instrument aside the regular rock instruments?
Well, of course I love the acoustic guitar, you know, classical guitar. I love that stuff. But I love the cello also. I wish I could play the cello. You know, it's such a very deep and sad, kind of sad instrument that you know, Villa-Lobos, a Brazilian composer, wrote a lot of stuff, you know, inspired by the cello, and Bach also, you know, the suites and stuff like that. So, although I cannot play not even a note, you know, it's an instrument that I admire a lot, you know. But I always kept my focus on the six strings, you know, really guitar and electric guitar, because development of music is daily, you know. It's really hard to embrace everything, you know, and play all good, you know. There's a few people that can do that, really, you know, focus in certain instruments and really perform. But, you know, for me it was really more of a guitar, really. MULATSCHAG!